Hello everyone, welcome back to the Automation on YouTube channel. In today's video, we will continue from our last session where we established communication between the Siemens Sinamics VFD and the S7-1200 PLC. In the previous video, we demonstrated how to add new drive into the project and how to configure the VFD, PLC and HMI. Now we will download the device configuration onto the real PLC, HMI and VFD and then commission the VFD. Alright, let's get started. As you can see, this is our physical setup of the PLC, HMI, VFD and motor. Let's go to the TA portal and check if the device IP address has been assigned. If not, we will assign the IP address and name for the drive. And let's open the TA portal. Click on the online access and select the Ethernet adapter and click on update accessible devices. Here you can see PLC, HMI and there are three devices are connected. PLC and HMI is already assigned with IP address. Let's check whether the IP address is assigned or not. Go to the click on online diagnostic and click on function. Click on assign IP address. As you can see, the assign IP address is already assigned to the device 192.168.100. So if your PLC is not assigned, you enter the IP address here and then click on assign IP address. For now, we have already assigned the IP address for the PLC so that we no need to assign again. Same as goes to the HMI. HMI also you can see the IP address there, but the drive is not assigned. So click on the drive and click on online diagnostic. Click on function, assign IP address. Now you see the IP address all is 0. So we will set the IP address here. Enter 192.168.0.1. Which is we already assigned in the PLC program. So you need to enter the subnet mask as well 255.255.255.0 and then click on assign IP address. So now the IP address will be assigned to the drive. You can see the IP address already assigned and then next go to the assign names. Here you enter the name drive underscore 1 and then scroll down and then click on assign name. So now we have assigned the IP address and names to the drive. So we will double check whether it is assigned properly or not. Go and click on update accessible devices and then you can see from there PLC assign IP address, HMI and drive also assigned with the IP address. So it's all okay. We can good to go to the download the configuration to the PLC, HMI and drive. Click on the PLC, click on download button. It will take some time to load it. Yeah, it will do the check for it will compiling the configuration. So now we click load. The loading configuration will take some time. You wait for a while. Now you select here start module and click finish. Okay, we have done for the PLC. Next click on the HMI and click on download button and wait for the configuration doing the compiling. It will take some time. Okay, now you click on load so that the configuration will be loaded to the real HMI. Okay, we have done the HMI. Next we go to drive. Click on drive and click download and then click the option and then click load. This because the firmware version different from the online to offline device. That's why there's a different, but it shouldn't affect the programming. And then click load. Wait for the loading configuration has to complete, and it will take some time. Okay, now we have done configuration download to the real drive. Next, we click on the drive and click on go online. So now we have selected the online mode. Next, click on commissioning. Click on commissioning wizard. Then you need to select the application class, standard drive control for the pumps and fans. There is another one is a dynamic drive control. Another one is expert. But for now, we select the standard drive control and click next. Here there is a three option: PLC to drive data exchange and PLC to drive with the RAM function in the drive. So we are selecting the option 2. The drive has the RAM function. Click next. Here you can see the default IO configuration with the field files with the data set changeover, which is default. I will keep it with that. The telegram that we can select to select standard telegram one. You can see all the inputs and outputs that are assigned to this configuration and click next. The standard Moto IEC Moto 50 Hz. The drive unit line supply voltage is 415 volt for me and click next. So drive filter type on the motor side. I have no filter, but here are the few options you can select accordingly. For now, I select no filter and click next. Motor configuration. Select a motor configuration from enter motor data or select from order number list. Mine is a different brand motor, so I'll select from enter motor data. There are different type of motors, but I have a induction motor on my side, so I select induction motor. So the wiring connection for the induction motor, star or delta here, but I have a star motor connection, so I select star. The rated motor current is, you can collect the data from a nameplate, and then I enter 0.75 amps. The net rated motor power is 0.25 kilowatt. The rated motor speed is 1500 rpm. The next one is rated motor voltage, which is 415 volts, and the rated motor frequency is 50 Hz. Is a default. The motor cooling type natural ventilation, which I have another type, which I don't have any other type of ventilation. Temperature sensor, my motor is not equipped with the temperature sensor. Here has a few options that you can select accordingly. Click next. Motor holding brake configuration, my motor has no brake, so I select no motor holding brake available. You can select what you have. Next, click next. The reference speed is 1500 rpm, which I have already set in the PLC program. So you have to set the same speed set point here. The maximum speed that you can set, what was the highest maximum speed that you want to achieve, I can set 1500. The ramp up time I will set 5 because my motor is need to start up within 5 seconds, so I set 5 seconds. And the ramp down time also I set 5. The next one is current limit. This is the highest current limit to achieve for the motor. You can set accordingly. Next is the whether your load is a constant load or speed dependent load. You can select accordingly. I will select constant load. The next thing, identifying motor data at standstill or motor data identification. Switch to operation. I will select number 2. Click next. You can see all the configuration data will be here. You can see from here application class data, set point specification, default set points, command source, drive settings, and motor data. All that information will be here. Then you click finish. So now we have done the commissioning here. Next we will move to the drive, and then we can start sub the drive from the PLC. Also you can read the value in the HMI. Okay, now we are moving to the real PLC, HMI and VFD and motor. So that now we can see after we download the configuration, done the commissioning of the PLC. This is our PLC and the other drive setups. This is a PLC. There's a green LED is on run stop mode, and this is our HMI. You can see start stop button, speed set point, and the actual current. Here you can see in the VFD there's a three LEDs on, and here is our motor is connected to the VFD. So now we will need to start the drive. For that we will set the speed set point 500 RPM and click enter. Now we'll start. After we do the first start, you can hear some humming sound from the motor, which is the drive is trying to identify the motor data automatically. You can see motor ID in progress. That's at 26%. Now 100% is completed. You can see the LEDs all still in green color. So now we press OK button. The same time we will open the TA portal. In the TA portal, you can we go to the online for the PLC, and then you can see the reading from the PLC as well. So now we'll start, press start button so that the green LED is on. Here you can see the motor start to rotate. Now the motor is running. See here in the HMI display as well, and the HMI display is showing the speed set point 500, actual speed 500, the actual current is 0.57 amps. Now we vary the speed. I will set 1500 the maximum RPM and press enter. Then you can see the motor is running faster. Now you see the motor start to run in the full RPM speed. Here is the PLC online mode in the TA portal. You can see that the motor set point speed and then drive axle speed. Also you can see that the Sinapara using the motor actual current. You can see as well the actual current, the HMI, both are same. You can see this is how you need to do the configuration and commissioning of the PLC and HMI for the VFD. Okay, that's all for now. In this video, we demonstrated how to add new device and perform the configuration. Then we assign the IP address to the device and download the configuration to the drive and commission and tested the function. Everything went smoothly. If you have any doubts, feel free to ask me through comments. Thank you for watching my video. Please support my channel by liking, sharing and subscribing.